Nice. I'm probably just gonna stream for like 10 minutes to an hour, not sure how long, but basically just gonna show the gear and the crits. Arena seems a little harder. I haven't really noticed that too much, but that's because I'm fooling around with weird teams, so I haven't really. I don't know. I think it's mostly RNG for that too. It's like whether or not you're lucky with getting the hard teams or not. Oh man, not even critting. Well, I wouldn't have done that on manual. Tourney is over, so no easy YouTuber teams anymore. Yeah, I suppose that's. I thought I had just got a YouTuber team though. Yeah, that one's right up at the top there. Still, do you know when that's gonna end? Oh, like right now? All right. Yeah, I'll refresh. Although feel like maybe I just didn't refresh yet today. I guess I don't know. Weird. It's pretty fun getting these big death warrants in, but for some strange reason, it's not critting. I've had like 40 crits in a row, and as soon as I do a stream, it doesn't crit. But hey, that's life. That's literally always how it works in life. If it can go wrong, it will. All right, let's try the refresh. Hey, look at that. He's not there, but we don't get any good teams anymore. Hey, what's this guy? J. Rue. Obviously, don't have my best team for Arena in right now. This is just because I like showcasing Knight Errant. He's not really any better to have in my team than Razin, obviously, and Tayrell. But there's not too many teams that make a difference right now. Yeah, I guess that's nice that at least we don't get those burner teams at the top. Wait, maybe I can get no crits today. I guess 65% crit chance isn't enough. You need to have more than 65% crit to crit. That's bizarre. It's really strange. Go into a stream and then, nope, no critting. No crits allowed. Let's see if it'll persist for the entire time though. Probably not. It's funny because he still kills them. He doesn't really need a crit. But with 250% crit damage, crits make a big difference. I think the biggest crit I've got from him so far is 305k. It's a little bit overkill. I don't think I've seen any champions with 300k health yet. Not even close. But yeah. Highly unusual. Let's kill Robar. 184k. That's pretty high. That's pretty high. Yeah, here's the thing. If if I can't kill this guy right now. Phew. That was a close one. Wow, what's with this crit chance? Just, I swear he's got 65% crit. I don't know why he's not critting right now. It's really weird. I don't think I've had that bad of luck with crits in a long time. Especially since it's, you get a 20% or 15% bonus against the right affinity. Well, I guess it did crit against Robar, didn't it? 187k. Which is alright, I guess. I guess. I want to put in Razin because there's no fun reds to smash in this team. And I don't want any more regular old 34k reds. Auto kind of cheats a little bit, I've noticed, because it somehow knows if Devastate is going to kill the enemy or not. It knows it better than I could know it. How am I supposed to guess what the enemy's defense or HP is without actually fighting them? But it seems like, I don't know if it's just because of the right affinity that it gets to go up against, or like, how does it calculate if Zarg's going to be able to one-shot? Yeah, I'm gonna show Knight Errant here right after this. I was just waiting for a few people to start watching so that I don't have to continuously show his gear. Because that's what seems to always happen in my streams. It's like I just show it. It's like, hey, can you show it again? But really all it is 250% crit damage. That's how I built him. Does he show? Sure does. Not all masteries. I've got some of the masteries up on him. Let's take a look, shall we? So he's got 254% crit damage. Almost 4k attack power, not quite. Let's look at this, total stats here. But yeah. Oh, it is 4k attack, yeah. 4k attack power, 254% crit damage, 64% critical rate. But that's not enough to get crits, apparently. You need more than that. Oh wait, yeah, his masteries. Yeah, I think the one mastery that I need to get is still on him. Can I try and increase like critical chance? Why? Why would I want to do that, man? 65% should be enough. If it's not enough, it's not my problem, it's the game's problem. That's how I feel. But anyway, so this is the one that I'd probably do next. I mean, I know that Helm Smasher might even be a good option for him, but it's a little bit redundant with his A1 because if he has 30% ignore defense on his A1, then this actually will make him do more than 100% ignore defense in addition to the 60% reduce debuff that you'd have. So that'd be 90 already with his A1. In addition to this would be 25% on top of 90, right? So 115% ignore defense doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But anyway, that's why I chose to do this one. But of course, Warmaster is going to be probably more damage on the clan boss. I'm not actually sure about that, if it's more damage on the clan boss or not. But it's definitely more damage everywhere else to do crit damage. Just because he has Death Warrant, which gives 75% increase to damage when he has full health. That really works well with crit damage. So stacking crit damage is going to be the top priority. And I've noticed that even with like 99% crit chance, it seems like to be so similar to 60% or 70% because my Zargala misses her crits almost the same amount of times with her crack armor as he does, and my Zargala has 100% crit chance. It's like how is she missing so many crits when she has 100% crit chance? So that's why I'm not sold on increasing crit chance. um, what base stats on those things? It's less relevant than looking at the total stats because you're not going to be able to get those exact stat rolls. Um, just look at the stats. What the stat priority is you want to prioritize crit damage and speed in order to enable him to go right after your Seeker and your Lysandra or your whatever your turn boosting strategy is that you have. Um, you really want to be able to have him get a turn, obviously, before the enemy gets a turn, because they're gonna go and kill Knight Errant. They're not gonna let Knight Errant have a turn if they get a turn. So that's why he needs to have at least enough speed to go first, or have two turn boosters that go before him. Like that's what I do. That's why I have Lysandra and Seeker here going, and then I have him in there like that. Um, so greens have 30% on blue chance. So your Knight Errant has only 34%. It's not 30, man. It's 15. But regardless, I've tested this until I've been blue in the face for a year. So I'm not really sure if I want to argue about crit chance with you right now. You've just witnessed 3 misses. That's like 3 misses out of the 100 tests that I've done. I'm pretty sure his crit chance is okay. But I mean, anyway. So yeah, I like to go full crit damage on him just because of the ridiculous crits. It's pretty fun to see him do like upwards of 200k. That means that he can one-shot anything, right? Even things with 5k defense, he's one-shotting. I don't want to sacrifice his ability to one-shot anything. That wouldn't be wise. But one thing that I would do with him is I would increase his speed. Because his speed is not quite up to par to manage seamlessly with Lysandra and Seeker, because if Lysandra doesn't get her A3 off, then if her accuracy isn't well enough on her A3 to lower the enemy's turn meter, then potentially he won't get his turn first. But that's a really, really situational thing. That's why I haven't really worried about it too much. And just switching speed boots with 20% crit damage on them or something like that would do the trick. I just mean Zerker speed boots by that. Zerker gear is pretty sweet. Wow, that guy had a lot of... Oh wait, no, I just lost my health. That's why it only did 70k. If he doesn't have full health, it does a lot less damage, that's for sure. But alright. So I'm pretty much just going to go through my arena tokens, answer any questions about gear, but for the most part I think I've gone through it. Zerker gear is just really great. It's really efficient. It gives you the biggest percentage bonuses. And definitely would recommend farming Zerker gear once the 6-star Zerker stuff comes out, if you can do that high level of dungeons at this point. Because crit damage is just... it's off the hook. I don't think I've ever had this much crit damage on a champ, though. I mean, my Eris had, I think, 200%, or just over 200%, and she was critting around 50k on her A1s, which was pretty good. But, just not really viable in my teams after I got my legendaries anymore. But she's the one that I grabbed the gear off of for Knight Errant, actually. My old Eris. Alright, let's see if this will be a big crit. Watch that. 200k, yeah. He's not getting up after that. Alright. Scourging. I guess there is one red dude to kill. I would like to put all of this gear from Knight Errant and put it on Zargala at one point, just to see what Zargala would be like with crit damage stacked to the nines. I mean, I never did think to try that on her, because I had heard that attack just is a really, I mean, because of her base attack is so high. But I don't know. Maybe I should go stack the Zerker gear on her instead. Probably is better, honestly. It's better for most champs. Stack the Zerker, or the Savage, or the um, Cruel gear now too. Is pretty good, which is what she has on her right now. John Green. What a normal name. Isn't John Green an author's name or something? Yeah, it is. It is. I just want to hit the old skull crown just for fun. Hey, Zarg even hit 125k against Skull Crown. I didn't know Zarg could crit that high. I think that's my biggest Zarg crit. Just critting my pants today. Whoa. What's going on here? We've got a... How? So this person just rolled an Arbiter. What are the chances of that? Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I don't know. I better take this team seriously, because it might hurt my feelings if I don't. Yeah. If he has more speed than me, I'm dead. And there's no two ways about it. And it's hard to have more speed than a team with Arbiter in it. Whoa, I did it. I did it. That was weird. I don't know what that champion is, but she just counterattacked me from using turn boost. Is that what happened? Huh. A little weird. 63k crit. Nice. It's a good AoE number for you. Well, certainly I'm glad that I was faster, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't have had much fun or something. All right. So I could kill the Deathless. I guess I will. Now I can kill this guy. Oh, didn't kill him. Apparently he's really good on Clan Boss. I don't remember his name right now. But Othar, yeah. Follow them poisonous attacks that he does. Alright, let's see if I can get a big crit on Thenasil or Scartosis. If I go on Thenasil, it might be like 200k maybe. So I think Scartosis has more base defense, but maybe not. Depends upon how the person built him. But I'm just going for the big crits. That's all I care about today. Hey Claudia, how's it going? Alright, let's go for the Scartosis crit. 96k. Oh, that's not too big. Oh well. Well. Whoa. Don't want to get hurt by that Seeker. Seeker can do a lot of damage. Alright, let's see what my A2 can do to you. 39k. That's alright, I guess. Nothing special, just I have a little time before I go to sleep. Oh, I guess I'm a little bit later in the day than I normally am. That's for sure. But, yeah, I've been, just not feeling like playing the game too much. That's why I haven't been streaming. I make it a point to not play the game unless I feel like it, because then it's like the game becomes a job, and you know, why are you even playing the game at that point if it's not something that you want to do? But that's what I used to do all the time with this game. I feel um, I would always just try to get things done in the game, you know, like to do one shot with your new hero. Yeah, it is pretty fun. That's what I like to do. I want to get the biggest crit in the world. That's what I want to get. The biggest arena crit. If I put all this gear on Cold Heart at level 60, I bet you she would crit a lot too. Probably like 400k or something like that. Or wait, she's capped now, so maybe not. Or is she capped on Spider? I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay. Who to kill? Who to kill? Just little piddly crits. Little piddly crits. Am I ready for the new update? The new update is coming with new 6-star gear, then hell yeah, I'm ready for it. I've got lots of gems saved. I'm pretty sure I'll probably spend it all on gear farming once 6-star comes out, because that'll be worth my while. It's basically what I've been waiting for since I started this game, honestly. It's like I realized that if I spent the required 100,000 energy to get the right gear on my team, it'd be better off to spend it once 6-star gear is out. That's why those with patience are gonna really luck out. If somebody like managed to amass up like 50,000 energy just to spam dungeons with, 218k, that's pretty nice. Strong, strong like bull. And once I get some 6-star Berserker gear, I'll be able to get Knight Errant's crit damage up past 300%. Get his speed up to reasonable speeds. He's gonna be a monster. We have the official release date on that. I didn't know. I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Yeah. I've been trying to fit Knight Errant into my clan boss team, but it's just not gonna. It's not gonna work. Even though he crits 300k to his face, it's not gonna work. Crazy, right? It's because his leech doesn't apply, his weaken doesn't apply. He's naughty with his debuffs, and if he wasn't naughty with his debuffs, then he'd be viable. And I guess the only way to really get around that would be to skill him all the way up. And as a free player, skill ups is really where I lose big time. Because you need so many skill ups, don't you? Alright, let's get this guy dead. Wouldn't want him to survive now, would we? I wonder. I'm going to quickly put on some speed boots on him, maybe, and see what that does to his damage. Because if he had speed. Oh, wait. I don't think I can do that even if I want to do that. Yeah. I don't think so. Um. Well. Yeah. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's not gonna happen. Oh well. I'll have to. Oh, sorry. I'll show gear. My bad. So I mean, I would probably do speed here, other than attack percentage. I just had really good crit damage 2-set here to put on, but he's really missing speed, honestly. Like, I'd like to have him up around the 200 or 180 speed mark at least. Um, but I do have Lysandra and Seeker going with him, which enables him to get that big boy crit out. And I'd probably go with accuracy banners because he really needs accuracy, I feel, in order to land those debuffs. But I wouldn't do any dedicated accuracy 2-set or anything like that for him. But an accuracy banner would probably be sufficient. I just didn't have any good one to put on him. Attack also works great to increase his damage by a decent amount. Of course, you want to have a crit damage amulet and crit damage gloves, of course, you need that. And just to get as much crit damage substats as you can. Having his attack power up around the 4K range seems to be working pretty good for me. I wouldn't go any higher than that. Really doesn't need any more than 4K attack power. If you can even get that high, then you're doing great. More importantly is having that crit damage up past 200%, so you can one-shot anything. Hey, how's it going? Not doing too bad. I'm just doing a short stream today because, yeah, not a lot of stuff to do. Okay. I mean, one thing that you could do is you could bring him up to 115% crit chance. Just so that he never misses a crit. And that's another option for him, but I don't know. I haven't done too much playing around with 115% crit. I've heard that you can still miss your crits even with 115% because of weak hits can't crit, which is really sad. Taking me forever to get my first 6-star. Yeah, it sure does. Takes a long time, but after that, you'll have a 6-star that can farm 12.3 on Brutal. And then making 6-stars after that will go by a lot faster. What you do is you save your energy for that point in the week when you have that XP bonus. So every week after you've done 5 dailies, you get the opportunity to have an XP bonus, right? So you use that after you've accumulated enough gems and energy, and then you just spam it all at once or whatever. But of course, using your energy all the way daily. I'm not saying save your energy past 130. Because then you'd be wasting energy. Hope will manage to 3-star all campaign with level 60 Zavia. Yeah, I'm sure she can. I'm sure she can do it. The starter champions can do it, honestly. So, the starter champions can do it. Although I haven't seen Zavia's, I haven't looked at her skills enough to know. Well, red isn't a big deal. Red's hard to face off the end boss with, I guess, because what is he? He's green, right? He's a spirit. But other than that, Force is great for everything. But let me look at Zavia real quick. There's so many new champions now. What is she? She is a high elf? I don't remember. What is Zavia? I've got virtually no memory. That's what makes it hard for me to remember. So she doesn't have any. Yeah, no, she would be perfect for anything, really. definitely can go through all of campaign, no problem. No problem. Um, what was the thing I wanted to do? Just, yeah. Might as well just do a couple of these and then, I don't know, maybe I'll go through another list of arenas. I'm not sure. I didn't have a whole lot planned today. I have her at level 50 and can't do last boss on hard. Well, yeah. I would imagine she would have difficulty with 12-7, but just use a magic champion instead. Do you still have your starter magic champion? Because if you use your starter magic champion with like Felseeker or Spirit Host or something like that, pretty easy. Really, any magic champion, honestly. Um, it's just gear when it comes to hard mode chapters. It's been a long time for me though since I've had to do that progress. A lot of people think that they need to have multis for this dungeon. I've seen that, and I agree that you need to have multi attack to do it efficiently. But there is another way that you can accomplish this dungeon easily with speed and turn boosting. Because if this boss only has 100 speed, then if you're having over 200 speed, then each of your champions is going to have, you know, not just 2 attacks against the boss, but four hits or whatever. So even if they're not triple hitters or quadruple hitters, having over 200 speed and manipulating his turn meter is going to make it just so much quicker and easier. Autoing this boss is really easy for me because of Lysandra particularly. She does so much turn meter manipulation and so much speed buffs. She's really a great champion. A champion that's similar to her is Diabolist, who's farmable, and still nobody uses her. I don't know why, but she's basically a budget Lysandra. She's amazing because she buffs your speed, she adjusts not only your turn meter but the enemy's turn meter, which is really important because the 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 enemy's turn meter is moving at 100 speed rather than your 200 speed. So when you're lowering it by 15%, it's providing a little bit more benefit to you than if you were to buff yourself 30%. You see what I'm saying? It's just a tiny little bit better. But Lysandra's, of course, better because she does 30% turn meter for your allies and 30% reduced for the enemies. Which is just nasty. 60% difference right there. Yuck. You know? Hey, Sam. Yeah, I would imagine gear is probably the main issue. Even Zavia at level 50 could probably do hard mode with enough gear, right? But that affinity difference is huge for crit and for resilience and everything. Just makes it nasty for weak hits. I mean, she's lucky that she's got the poisons that she could probably still apply, but she's probably going to get one shot by him. I used Tyrell to beat Chapter 12 on Brutal, and he could do it at level 50, by the way. Tyrell can do it at level 50, Brutal 12.7, and so can Executioner. and Ethel and Kale and Apothecary, of course, can do it. Seeker. You also have Knight Errant? Nice. Yeah, Knight Errant is really great. I mean, you don't need to have that good of gear on him to see some crazy crits. I mean, mine are just ridiculous, right? Like 250k, that's so unnecessarily large when it comes to arena. But if he had even half of that crit damage, he was still critting 100k. Like 50 to 100k, which is still really good. Excuse me. So yeah, if you just stack your crit damage, get enough speed so that he's able to have a turn, and yeah, go from there. I think I'm just gonna buy some tokens real quick because I might as well do that. Just play a couple more games. I might do another stage 15 dungeon. Maybe I'll do Spider or something after. I don't know. Actually, no. Spider will be something I might have to do manually. Because I still don't have 100% success rate with auto on Spider 15, which is annoying. And it's mostly because my Zargala won't do her Devastate on the Spiderlings. She does her Devastate to the spider's face. And, yeah, it's sad. Oh, that's funny. And some people just don't have enough speed, eh? Did I beat Incredible John in Arena? Yeah, oh yeah. He's brand new. He hasn't been playing for long enough. Although he's really he's gonna man, brain's not working. He's going to be getting good quick. Those were the words I was trying to say. I've seen him do some pretty good improvements. Can Saurus solo farm chapter 12 within that 8 to 15 second range? Uh, can Saurus do that? I don't think he can, not without really good gear. He can with really good gear. If you have 200% crit damage on Saurus, then yeah. He's actually a pretty good solo champ, not gonna lie. Saurus has that double AoE that he does, which is not bad for Spideys. Oh. His attack is much higher than Bellower's? His base attack is higher than Bellower's, really? That's funny. I'll have to look at Saurus again. I had a Saurus for a while. I still have one on my alt, actually, that I use on Spider. But that team's only on that team is stuck on like stage 12 or something maybe. Oh nice, there's leftover beef. It's freaking sweet. 1,000 to 13 to 1250-ish something. Wait, I gotta see this. Is that serious? Is that for reals? Let's check this out. Saurus has more than Bellower. You know, it's the thing is that when it comes to their attack, yeah, would you look at that? 1244 at 60. That's crazy. That's crazy. And Bellower, what was he? He wasn't Knight Revenant, was he? No, he's Skinwalkers or something. I don't remember. He was Ogren, right. Boy, I need to get a new brain. Yeah, 1013. And all of his abilities are tackle enemies. But I mean, the reason why I think he melts things so quick is because of that decrease defense, right? And block cooldowns, decrease speed, decrease defense and attack. Yeah, he's got quite the debuffs going on there. But yeah, Saurus would be a budget bellower, I guess, in some sense. But you need to just stack the hell out of his crit damage and attack or whatever. He would need to have um, a lot of crit damage. No, you never lower your rank, and there's never a reason to go lower in arena ranking. Because gold is worth 6 bronze or something like that. Or at least it's worth 3 silver. Each gold is worth 3 silver. I'm kind of a little sketchy on what the exchange rates are, but no, you don't need to go backwards. 218k. It's alright. You're scared to risk building a Saurus? Yeah, I would be scared to build a Saurus too. Honestly, it's not. Yeah, to level 6, I don't know if I would do that, honestly. That's a tough call. You think I should go for crit damage gloves, attack chest, and speed boots on Zavia? Yes. Yes, you should. Without looking, I can tell you that yes. The only case that you wouldn't do crit damage gloves would be as if you couldn't just. If you had almost no crit chance. That's. If you just can't get any crit chance in your gear, and your crit chance is like stumbling around the 30 to 40% range, then maybe not. Oh, see you later, Claudia. Thanks for thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. That's the right words. Yeah, 40% is right on the nose. I mean, if you wanted to do crit chance, it wouldn't be the worst decision. However, I would definitely recommend crit damage. Yeah, just because you can switch out gear for crit chance and get that crit chance up in different ways. Crit damage is a little bit harder to get up because of Zerker sets not being as freely gettable. I mean, you can go to Fire Dungeon 15 once you have all of your 60s and all of your masteries and everything all done up. But I wouldn't go on Fire Dungeon 15 now. I mean, you can't, probably. It's not something that you could even do. So that's why it's hard to get Berserker gear. It's even hard to get Berserker gear if you can do Stage 15 Fire Dungeon, honestly. It takes a long time before you can get the right stats and everything. My crit chance is at 95%. Has room to increase. For sure. Has at least 20% left to go before you're capped out. I don't know. I'm not sold on capping out crit chance. I used to be sold on it, but not anymore. Let's not go for the 2-man teams. They're a little bit on the easy side. Let's kill this group of legendary frogs with Rosin. They need to be stomped. They need to be stomped. Excuse me. Alright, looking like a good setup for a good stomp. Alright. Who needs a Knight Errant when you can kill them all simultaneously? Alright, 3 more games left to go, and then I'm gonna turn off the show. So if anybody has any questions or wants to see some gear for something or anything like that, now is the time. Zargula does hit like a truck. Zargula's got just around 4k defense or attack. I'll show her gear after this actually. But yeah, she gets it done for sure. Is there any 60s in here? Anybody worthwhile? Or any cool teams? Anything? Oh man. Nothing. Nothing. Oh well. Alright, I'll just show Zargula's gear real quick. She's got 100% crit and 190 speed. Definitely could use the crit damage instead of the crit rate gloves. That's what I intend to do at some point soon. But these were just really, really great stats that I got on these gloves, so it seemed to work out pretty good. But yeah, probably we'll have to get rid of the lots of those pieces. But she works for now. She was actually my first epic. I was about to star up Warmaiden too. Thank God I didn't. Well, yeah, Warmaiden is just a budget Zargula, basically. They're very similar. But Zargula is definitely better by a lot. She's so potent. The only AoE champion that I can think of that's better is Ray. When it comes to just raw multiplication of AoE damage, Ray can do the serious numbers. She's basically like a knight errant that attacks everybody, you know? Hits like 250k. I've seen her crit over 120k on an AoE last August. There was a guy who did that. What was his name? Calibus. If anybody remembers Calibus, it was Calibus that did that. He's got some videos up on YouTube still, probably. Okay, question. Who is the hardest hitting epic / rare champ besides Zargula for an AoE user? So what's the hardest hitting epic AoE? So I mean, aside from Zargula, there's quite a few that have similar multipliers. To name off a few, I'd probably have to be looking at a list myself. Yeah. Let's think about it for a second, shall we? None of those guys. Well, let's think about for attack first. How much more damage can give Warmaster and Giant Slayer in CB? Is it a few millions? Yes, it's a few millions, at least, if not many millions, depending upon your speed. But yeah, Giant Slayer can add significant amount of damage. But having 200 speed is vital for that damage to be noticed. I'm just going to quickly look at all of these before I say what I think. I've heard that Kalia has some half decent damage, but I don't know if it's comparable. I'm gonna build Kalia next, so I'm gonna know if Kalia has good AoE potential. But I do know that Shatterbones has good AoE, and also he's got Warcry, which is pretty sweet. If you have him in addition to a Seeker or something like that, or him in addition to Apothecary or whatever, you have him with like 250 speed going first. He uses this Warcry thing first, which is pretty damn sweet. And then the next time, he hits them all and reduces their turn meter. He's kind of like a Lysandra himself. So he's pretty good. Pretty underrated ever since he was slammed with that nerf. But he's definitely not a bad boy. Not a bad boy. These boys are all bad though. Let's see. Yeah, none of those boys. Bonekeeper is not an AoE, but Bonekeeper has the highest multiplier for a single attack. Killing Haze will do more damage than Knight Errant's A3 even, because it's got 100% increased damage, not just 75, because it's an extra hit. It's a whole extra hit. Yeah, so if you have a Bonekeeper's top of the line, single target. Soul Drinker is another one, massive, massive AoE. I have a Soul Drinker that I could probably show right now, but I'm probably not going to at the same time because my password would show up on the screen. Well, I mean, I could do it, but meh, whatever. Whatever. If anybody cares, I'll do it. But at any rate, his AoE hits about 60k, plus he puts a bomb on the target, which hits for like 12 to 15k depending upon your attack power, and they can stack um, twice because he attacks all enemies twice. So you can place 2 bombs on everybody, and those bombs each hit for 12 to 15k. That AoE is a monster AoE. Monsters. A lot of people don't know about that. Okay, this Allure. Again, is a monstrous AoE. Puts a decreased defense on the first, and then on the second one, if they have decreased defense, then they start sleeping, which is pretty cool. So she's good to have as your last AoEer to go. Well, not your last, but she's good to have in an order so that you're not going to mess up that sleep, if you know what I mean. So you have her go, and then you have a single target go after her. Is usually a good setup for that. Or if you can get her Hellish Blaze to go as the first option. At any rate, she's a good AoEer and good single target as well. Let's look here. Can Tayrell make CB turn meter down by his ability? No, unfortunately he cannot. I wish he could. But with 150 accuracy, that's a pretty good amount to have on him. Maybe up to 200, but I wouldn't go too much further than 200. And he's meant for the... Oh, see you later. Thanks for joining the stream, and no problem for advice. But yeah, for attack down is what he's good for, and for defense down is what he's good for. Husk. If you have a Husk, don't let Husk chill in your, where he's actually really good, and it's because of this ability. Wait, not that one. This one. Which is an attack all enemies, and it's based off of the enemy max HP. So on Spider, this does some serious damage. So it is impossible to apply that debuff. So any turn meter manipulation doesn't work on the clan boss. That's correct. You can't taunt him, can't turn meter manipulate, can't I don't know what else you can't do, but a few things you can't do. You can't freeze him, can't stun him. Okay. Yeah, no problem. No problem. So there's a few good Dark Elves for AoEs. Loraya has a very sexy AoE because it is a 50% chance of freezing and the enemies can't be revived from it. So, and it hits a lot. It hits pretty hard. I don't know if it's a harder attack modifier or if it's just because her base attack is so high, because look, 1487 is her base attack. It's quite serious. So she's really good AoE star. And Crimson actually is too, but we're not going to talk about her because she was nerfed. Let's look. Lua has maybe the hardest hitting AoE in the game. I'm not sure if that's true or not still, but it was at one point where she was capable of, not the hardest hitting, but one of the hardest hitting at least. Yeah, she's good. Definitely good. Night Revenants, Skull Crown, of course. Everybody knows about Skull Crown by now. And if they don't, then they should. She's got that unkillable thing, which is kind of cool. But that's only with Sinisha or whatever. Oh wait, no. The revive is with Sinisha. The unkillable is regardless of Sinisha. Okay. But yeah, attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff. Yeah, hell yeah. Not too many champions applied that 25% weaken debuff with an AoE, so she's really great in that sense. And also, she places an extra hit if the target has more than 50% HP. So, can I have your opinion on Berserker A3 also? Yeah, Berserker's is, it's alright because it ignores defense. But, I mean, his A1 is really where he shines. His A1 and A2 are serious because it gives him a 30% increase to his turn meter when he gets a critical hit. So you want to have him with super high crit. And then his Havoc with a lot of crit damage hits like insanely hard. So, I mean, it's definitely a good option for Barbarians if you don't have Barbarian. I think I'm keeping him. I'm probably going to keep him around too. Also, anybody know how much accuracy I need to make Rowan apply heal debuff on Firecastle 13? Well, you need to make sure that she's not trying to apply it while he has his shield up, first of all. I mean, you might already know that. But, I would say around 150 accuracy is a good number to shoot for in general. Just because, I mean, you're wasting accuracy if you're going past 200 for the most part. Unless you're just all accuracy based attacks and you just only need accuracy for your champion. 200 is about as much as you'll need. So the way that you do that is with accuracy banners, ranked to 16, 5-star accuracy banner. And you can get pretty high accuracy substats. However, I wouldn't go for an accuracy set unless you're really hurting for accuracy, just because you lose quite a lot of base stat when you do that. But some champions need it, like Myra Zargala. She has a accuracy 2 set on, right? So whatever's going to get her up to that 150 accuracy, and I mean that's what it looks like you've got on her, right? So that's about all you're going to really need. Any more is going to be a waste. Really what you need is speed and turn boosting, get the enemy defense down, weaken down. Healing is a very small portion of Fire Castle, for me anyway. He shouldn't even be getting any turns. If he's getting turns, then it's just taking so long to get him down, and you don't want to be in a dungeon for 15 minutes. It's just a really bad efficiency. I don't have any banners on her. She's fragile. I need to make her tanky. I wouldn't say that. You probably don't want to do that. Rowan, isn't she an attack champion? You don't want her to be tanky. I think that's a common misconception for people is believing that attack champions, if they're dying often, that it's because they don't have enough defense or HP. But nope, it's because if your support's not supporting them enough. It's because of not enough speed, not enough support. Your attack champions need to be speedy, attacky, crit damagey, crit chancey. No defense, HP focus whatsoever. When you're focusing on defense and HP, you're not focusing on what the attack champion is going to be good at. And you're sacrificing way too much. Steel Skull, Apothecary, Tyrell, and Ethel, I'm assuming. Yeah, that's good. That's a really good team. Because Apothecary and Tyrell just turn meter, which is great. Steel Skull is a pretty good healer to pair with Tyrell because of the defense buff. And Tyrell does the attack down debuff, which is great too. And as well as the defense down. So yeah, definitely good good setup for sure. Yeah, no problem, anytime. Thanks for asking questions. It makes it more interesting for me. But yeah, unless anybody has any other questions, I'm probably just gonna finish up the stream. Hey man, asking for your opinion on my last champ post GSCB team. Currently working Tyrell, Apothecary, Ethel, Coldheart, and wondering which one would be best for the last spot. Doom Priest, Vrask, or Seeker? Hmm. Well, you've got Apothecary, Ethel, and Coldheart in there, so Seeker would increase their damage. And Vrask depends on if they have lifesteal. If you have lifesteal on that team, you'll have to try it both. Getting Vrask and Seeker up is going to be a good idea. Both of them, getting them both up. They're both going to be vital for the end game for you. Seeker is amazing in arena for just being an all-around great champ. Just meaning he boosts your turn meter. He's got really high base speed. He's able to buff defense even when he's critical hit, and he can taunt with his A1. I mean, he's got it all, and he heals. He self heals when he's crit too. Um, Vrask is great just to keep your team up. Vrask can do like 2 to 3 million himself with Warmaster, right? So I mean, it's 6 in one, half a dozen in the other. If you had lifesteal on your team, then I would say go with Seeker. If you had no lifesteal, then go with Vrask. But ultimately, you want to get them both up. I use my Vrask and my Seeker all the time. I love them both. Although my Vrask is pretty crappy geared, he still does great. Although he does need pretty reasonable gear in order to be a dedicated healer on Clan Boss, I find. I haven't looked at Doom Priest enough. I wouldn't ditch Doom Priest. Um, but I mean, she just would be maybe third priority in that list at least. But let me look at Doom Priest after this. I mean, if you're still around by the end of this dungeon. I've seen her a few different times, but there's so many new champions that are floating through. It seems like they have a never-ending spree of champions that they can add into this game. When I started, it was maybe half of the amount of champions. It's just more all the time. It's hard to keep track. Anybody with counterattack benefits huge on this boss. If you have counterattack, it just makes a world of difference. But not me. I never got that. Oh yeah, reflect damage. I heard counts as an attack too, right? I've never tried that before. Well, I've never tried counterattack either, but excuse me. Only will take off 5? Oh, it still takes off 5? That's interesting. That it's got a limit. Kind of seems like the GS hits are all over the place on dungeons. They hit like between 5k and 35k randomly. Doom Priest is undead? Or no, that's Hexia. Night Revenant, maybe? Yeah. Attacks one enemy. Oh, yeah. I mean, she's got the Force Ally speed, which is random. If it was all speed, like all battles speed 15%, then it would be much better. But because it's like that, it sucks. She's not that good, but she's not that good. She's at least got to remove the debuff thing, which is cool. Heals all allies by 7.5%, removes one random debuff from them at the start, which is kind of cool. I mean, but I mean, if your games are lasting that long, and I don't know, she just doesn't seem like she's going to be that great of a healer. She's not very good at anything. She's just half good at things. I don't find I like champions that are only like they're hybrids, but they're just shitty hybrids. There's a lot better hybrids out there, like Seeker. But yeah, indeed. Oh wait, maybe I can do a clan boss real quick for fun. Yeah, I'll do a hard mode clan boss with. Let's try and do something like that. Do some weird teams because I only need to get 10 million in order to get my key, so I can do some strange looking team right now if I want to, which I kind of do. That should be good enough. Yeah, no problem. Seeker and Brask are two of my favorites for sure. So, well, they are my favorite. They are. Wait, I gotta get my freaking face out here. It's interesting that um, Do Not Disturb. Hey, 300k. That was a big crit. Do Not Disturb doesn't include Facebook Messenger for some reason. Little known fact for my phone anyway. Knight Errant's not that great on Clan Boss for me in comparison to the other champs that I have, but he's still pretty fun. I just like seeing the big crits. That's why I have him in. Plus his A1 does um what's it called? His A1 does leech, which heals my team up to full because it heals 10% of the damage that I do. Tier 6 Mastery is crit damage on Knight Errant anyway. I thought about doing the armor penetration, but it was just a little bit redundant on his A1. But I might try it anyway. Spend the 150 gems to see whether or not it'd be more damage or not. But even his A1 crits 85k. It's unreal. Unreal. Without defense down or weaken, it still crits that much. But that's also because he's not speed capped. If he was speed, well, not speed capped, but if he had speed on him, then I'd have to sacrifice a decent amount of crit damage, but it would increase his damage by a lot on this boss if I did that. But I like him with high crit damage for the arena because I want to be able to one-shot even the guys with 5k defense. And that's really the point. Because those are the only teams I actually ever end up having any issues with. I'm getting a lot of messages right now. Seems like Leech is applying a fair amount, which is nice. 339k. That's a lot. It's more than the Cold Heart crits on this boss. And that's that's kind of funny. Can't wait for some um, 6-star gear. What is he going to be doing then? It's going to be off the hook. I didn't know he was useful. I fooded him. Oh no. Always look at the skills. Don't listen to anybody in English 1. They're all retarded. It's like even the level 60s that talk in English 1 are just not worthwhile to talk to. Definitely don't ask them questions. But yeah, everybody's made a mistake like that though. Is there any Lego that hits as hard as him? Oh yeah. He's not uh he's not exclusive in his hard-hitting abilities. Ray, Septimus, um yeah, I I'm really awful with remembering names. I can't just list off names. I've had a brain injury and my freaking brain is awful. So, don't expect much from my memory. Like I can remember which champions I want to say, but the words for their names won't come to my mind. It's quite frustrating, actually, if anybody cares. All right. Clan boss sure takes a while, but getting those 338k crits is worth it. The A1? This is the A1. 141k. When your A1 hits 141k, it's pretty nice. Um, the hunter guy, I don't know what the hunter. Oh my goodness. I can't remember any names at all. I want to give you these names that I have in my head for hard hitters, but they're just not coming. Okay, so I'm not gonna use it just yet. Okay. I'm really getting a lot of leech lands. This is nice. Royal Huntsman, thank you. That's the one I'm thinking of. Royal Huntsman definitely has the damage. Come on, defense and weaken. Nice. Okay. Hopefully we can get a 338 or some sort of big crit again. Oh man. No crit at all. At least it was still 92k. Doesn't even crit, it still hits that much. It's really just crit damage. If you put this much crit damage on any champion, they hit like a truck. If you put 250% crit damage on Ethel, her A1 is gonna hit close to 90k probably. Maybe 60k. 128 for an A1. I would think that Ethel would hit, if she had 250% crit damage, each of her hits would hit for 20 to 25k if they crit. So I mean 50 to 75k A1s I could see Ethel doing with the same amount of crit damage. Nice, I'm getting all the leech rolls. This is so overpowered when you get lucky with leech. Heals so much. Oh, I'm not even using my marksman in this team, I just realized. It took me 12 minutes to realize I'm not using marksman. No wonder I felt like my team was working unusually well. Like, that's because I didn't have to sacrifice anything. Oh wait, I did, marksman. It's like 5 million damage I'm sacrificing. Marksman, even though Marksman doesn't hit these 330k crits, still definitely does a lot more damage because of poison stacking. This attempt is probably going to only be around 10 million or 11 million or so because I don't have my marksman in the team. Oh well. So 6 set crit damage set is better than Savage 4 set and 2 crit damage. I think that Savage 4 set and 2 crit damage would probably be one of the best things you could get in the game. It's be a bit of a toss up. I don't know the answer to that question. Oh, I'm not getting any crits with him anymore. That's sad. That's okay. 131k crit from Razin though. It's hard to say which one's better. I haven't done enough testing with Savage yet. I haven't even had Savage gear yet because I'm waiting for 6 star to come out before I do my dungeon farming. But once it does, I'm gonna farm Fire Dungeon and Dragon Dungeon like crazy because I want to get 6 star speed and I want to get 6 star Zerker and Savage. And I'll use whatever combination of those 3 I can get to destroy the world. Oh boy. Now he's switching his focus. We are certain we are getting 6-star gear soon? Yes, we are actually. I know we were getting legendary gears, not sure how that works. Yeah, so I believe we are getting both legendary and 6-star gear coming up in the very near future. Sorry for my mic being crackly, by the way. It's just because I'm holding my phone in an awkward way. But yeah, 6-star gear was mentioned in a recent Facebook post and on their announcements on Discord. So we're, unless they're being extremely misleading, we're gonna get 6-star gear. Which they have been misleading like that in the past, so I'm not saying it's impossible. This is the first run I've ever done without marksman, I'm pretty sure, in Clan Boss. Maybe not the first ever, but one of the first, for sure. Whoa! That was a big A1. 40k A1 from, or no, it was 70 or 80k A1 from Taro. A little more than usual. This guy does 90k sometimes, yeah, what? 92k. I'm focusing on leveling champs, not gears for now, just waiting for the patch. Yeah, same. That's the best way to be right now. Save a lot of energy if you just go to the leveling all your champs to 60 first. Then once this patch drops, we're all going to be on fire. I've only been in this boss for 18 minutes. Kinda takes a while. Alright, so I'm gonna heal the old Knight Errant. I didn't expect that. Untimely death. Alright, this one's not gonna be that big. Yeah, 48k. Just can't crit on the death warrants anymore. 338Ks was enough. Or was it two? One or two. It's funny how the range of his A3 can go from 38k red to 338k. Like, what a difference. What a difference. Alright, hope for some GS procs in this one. Get healed up. Leech comes right at the right time. Nice, 154k. That's perfect. Needed a big heal. If I had a little bit more accuracy on Knight Errant, then I think he would be viable for me on Nightmare. Maybe like 200 or 150 with all of his skill ups, but until I can get to that point, he's just not viable. He's not as good as Marksman, that's for sure. He's great, he's fun to look at the big numbers, but that's about it. I mean, 22 minutes in the match, and I bet you it's gonna still be under 15 million. Just because I didn't have my poisons rolling the whole time. Because they're such a big portion of the damage. I keep getting leeched though. That's definitely a big plus. If he heals my Razin up to full, can't go wrong there. Oh, that was piddly. Everybody's dead. He needed a big crit to survive. Oh well. What's dead may never die, but rises again. Okay, 15.82 million. Ah, eh. I guess it's okay. It's a lot better than I thought, actually. I thought it was going to be like 10 million or something. But Knight Errant ended up pulling out some bad boy damage, so it was nice. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to end the stream here. So thanks everybody for watching. And yeah, have a great day and stuff like that. Thanks again.